the baby's born and you're checking to make sure the baby's okay and all that. And I remember at one point going, what did we have?
Good morning, beautiful people. It is a fine drizzly day. We'd actually wanted to do this video outside, but it's raining today.
It's raining,
so
here we are.
Yep, hanging out inside.
Yep. So in case you can't tell, the baby is on the outside of me now. So we had the baby.
She's a week old today at the time of filming this video. And it's a she. We had another girl. Buggy. Yeah. Buggy got her sister that she was
did.
So sure that
convinced.
Every time we talked about the baby, Buggy was like, no, it's a sister.
Yes.
And she was right.
She was. And in fact, I kept saying, you know, it might be a boy. Like, try to prepare her, you know. Like, it might be a boy. Like, it's okay if it's a boy too. And I actually asked her one day, I said, what if it's a boy? And she goes, oh, we can put it outside. So I'm glad it's a girl. It gets to live inside.
You get to live inside with your sister.
Yes. Oh, is that funny?
I guess we'll just tell a little bit of the story.
Yeah, run down a little bit.
So last week, leading into the weekend, you basically started false labor. Yeah,
and it's not really false. It's just like pre-labor, but it was not like, the real labor.
What was it? All day Friday, all day Saturday?
No, it started Saturday, really.
Saturday?
Yeah. I had a friend come over Saturday morning, and I was like, that was kind of like the last thing I wanted to do was see this friend that I hadn't seen in a while. And as she was leaving, actually, I started having mild contractions, but it was like, oh, okay. And it was like every 10 to 15 minutes, but they weren't super strong. And I was like, okay, so this is probably going to take, you know, a while. And I was prepared to have the baby that night. Well, you know, I talked to my midwife, and she was like, okay, just keep me posted. But it was so sporadic. And then by Saturday night, they stopped. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
False alarm.
This happened with Brett. We did have a false alarm a week before with Brett, and so it took another week. Well, then I woke up Sunday morning, and it happened again. But it started in the morning. And I was like, okay. But it was the same thing. False. All day long. It's kind of sporadic. Not super, super strong contractions, but enough to be, like, uncomfortable. And so by the end of the weekend, I was just kind of like, oh gosh, how long is this going to take? How long is this going to go on? And I was feeling kind of discouraged by Sunday night. And so Monday, we get up, and nothing happens all day. And I was like, what the heck? This is dumb. And then so Tuesday,
we get up, and we're sitting there doing our morning ritual, and she's like, I feel like I need to get out of the house today. I was like, well, you didn't have the baby this weekend, so sure, why not? And she's like, you know what? I need to go to the post office. We need milk. You know, all these things. She's like, I kind of want to go to Hobby Lobby and get some crafty stuff. Yeah. And it was like, all right, why don't we just make a day of it? We'll go run all these errands. It's like, okay. So we ate breakfast, and then we climbed up in the truck and drove all over God's green earth.
We did. We went everywhere.
Like, literally. We went all over town. We were out for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And we still have an Excursion, which is a pretty big truck.
Yeah.
That's a big truck for a very pregnant
woman.
Meg to climb in and out of. So she climbed up and down out of that massive truck. How many times?
12. I counted it. 12 times. Up and down.
A lot of grunting and you know, grabbing onto every handle and climbing in.
Yeah.
It was
comical.
Maybe.
But I mean, it was good exercise, so it's fine.
I did have the thought a couple times. I was like, that'll probably do it.
That'll probably do it. And mind you, like, for the past week and a half, I've been, like, mopping my floor and, you know, cleaning everything I can clean. And we went out and planted the entire garden. I'm, like, squatting and, you know, getting up.
Doing all these things to summon the baby.
Right.
And it didn't work.
No.
So we ran all of our errands. We got back, you know, a little after lunchtime.
Yeah.
and I think we had lunch.
Yeah, we did.
And she was like, I feel like I need to take a nap.
What?
I'm gonna go lay down. So she comes in here and lays down, and we have had some crazy weather over the past couple
epic thunderstorms.
Past couple weeks, and we had a massive thunderstorm. Actually, I'd been joking. I was like, there's a thunderstorm coming in today. Are you gonna be like the mama pigs we got out there, where they will not throw babies until a thunderstorm comes, and then like you can sit and watch them every day when you know that those pigs are getting close. Nothing, but if a thunderstorm rolls through,
you'll go out there and there will be piglets everywhere. Yeah.
And so I was kind of teasing. Right. I was like, "Hey, a thunderstorm's coming," and she tells me, "Yeah, go get me some hay."
Yeah, just give me some hay. I'll be fine. It was a joke, but
so
this huge thunderstorm.
Yeah, we have this huge thunderstorm, and I was out sitting in my chair because it's thundering.
Yeah.
And I come in here. I was like, "Hey, are you all right?" And she's like, kind of sitting here. She's like, "The contractions are back."
Yeah, and a lot stronger than they were.
And so she's like, "I'm going to let the midwife know."
Yeah.
Called the midwife, told her what was up, called the midwife right back, 20 minutes later?
Not
like even, it was like 10 minutes later.
I called the midwife and she's like, well, since we've been doing this prodromal fake labor thing, why don't you just keep me posted? Call me back in an hour, or if anything changes, let me know. And I got off the phone with her and had a massively intense contraction to where I like slithered to the floor. And I called her back then. And she was like, as soon as she picked up the phone, she's like, okay, I'm packing up, I'm on my way. Because she's like, I knew that since you called me back within like 10 minutes that this was real. So, but she's a ways away, so it was kind of a bit of a drive for her. After that, the contractions started like just coming and coming
it was basically 0 to 60.
There was no build up. There was no lead up. It was just, bam, you're in labor now. Which, with Buggy, I did have a little bit of lead up. Like, it was kind of slowly over the day, and then it got, progressively faster. But this one was just like, oh, you did all the pre-labor last weekend. We're game on now. So, she was on her way, and my labor's just going like, fast, fast, fast. Super fast. So, you were like, okay, well, I'm gonna get the kids fed.
Yeah, it was dinner time by this point, yeah. So I'm kind of split between the kitchen and in here, and I'm watching this, and I was like, she's gonna do it to the midwife again.
Not on purpose. Like, I've been in super close contact with my midwife this time, like every time I have a contraction just about, because we knew, like, I have a history with having fast babies. So, I mean, we're just, at this point, he's working on getting the kids fed, but he's like back and forth in here checking on me, and I'm just, doing my thing, like you do when you're in labor. At some point, I think the midwife was about a half an hour away when it was like, oh, it's really real now.
So I got the kids fed, and I finally came in here, and I got up to go check something. She said, "Don't leave."
Don't leave, yeah.
And it was like, okay, put my catcher's mitt on. So yeah, she had the baby about
5 minutes before the midwife got here.
I caught this one as well.
Yes, you did. Which was the plan, honestly. Yeah. We had planned on that happening regardless of whether the midwife was here or not, because that's how we like to do things.
It's kind of special catching your own child.
Yeah, it is. But
just personally.
It again was just the two of us. And, the three of us, I guess. And, yeah, he caught this one as well. And there was a point where, you like, the baby's born and you're checking to make sure the baby's okay and all that. And I remember at one point going, what did we have?
It's a baby!
It's a baby! And it was another girl. And I was like, oh, Bucky's gonna be so happy. And it was really cool because all the kids were home. Buggy was able to come in almost immediately. And she was so stoked to hear that it was a baby sister. Like, so happy. And she has still been just smiling and, like, petting its head and kissing on her and loving on her. And she's like, this is my baby. My baby sister. So it's been really cool.
So we have had the hardest time the entire pregnancy deciding on a name.
Yeah. And we didn't know ahead of time what we were having.
We didn't go find out the gender. We wanted to wait and be surprised. It was really fun last time with Liliana. And so this time we waited and
we couldn't come up with any names.
Boy or girl names. So we're sitting there after she was born and we don't have a name.
No.
And so I had went down to check on the boys. They were all hanging out down there at the barn. And
let them know the baby was born.
Let them know the baby was born. It was a girl. And Brett was in the barn working on something. And he goes, what'd you name her? I was like, we don't have a name. And he goes, I keep thinking of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And so I came up here and I told Meg what Brett said. And we both kind of molded around.
Yeah.
I think we waited till the next day.
Yeah.
So that's what we ended up naming her.
Yeah.
So her name is Elizabeth Rose.
Yeah.
And this is the easiest baby we have ever had.
She's been so easy. She sleeps, the 2 to 4 hours at a time. She eats well. I mean, she started eating first thing and hasn't really stopped eating since. But she does stop. Like, she'll hang out with Ben. And, I just hand her off and I can go do things for a little bit, take a shower and do human things. And she has been so chill. We had talked about it after we had Buggy, that she was very colicky. Buggy was very colicky. And it was pretty rough for a lot of months. And so I guess we were kind of expecting that again, of just being prepared to be like, well, I'm going to be out of commission completely because I'm going to be holding a baby for the next 6 months. And, fussy and sleepless and all that kind of thing. And she has been perfect.
This has been the easiest first week of baby we've ever had. Brett was pretty good. He was a pretty easy baby.
He was pretty chill, yeah.
He wasn't anything on this level. This baby is, so awesome.
Chill. She eats well. She sleeps well. Her wakey time is just, chilled out.
She's just happy.
She just looks around and looks at everybody as they come by, and she's just been so sweet and so lovely. And it's just been a great week. We've just been chilling, and it's just been really, really nice. It's been really good. And we're still having crazy weather, so
yep.
We've been extra snuggly because we've been inside.
The rainy weather has come at a good time. We got the garden planted.
Yeah.
It has rained a bunch, and we're just welcoming the downtime. We're just hunkering down, snuggling the baby.
Yep.
And it's honestly very needed.
It is.
We're enjoying this time.
Yeah. It's been really, really good. So
and she is out.
She's passed out. Totally passed out. She was up for a while, just looking around and cooing, and she has a thing for the bookshelf. We take her out there.
She loves staring at the bookshelf.
So I'm like, cool, another book, baby. I will take it. So yeah, it's been great, and we wanted to let everybody know we are all good. Everything's great.
Pretty much just like last time, we are going to take this time. We're going to kind of slow down on videos a little bit, and we'll pick it back up in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll post when we can.
Yeah, we'll post when we can. We have to find the new rhythm because, having a small baby, the rhythm of life kind of changes.
It does. Yeah.
Even though this one's really easy, there's just a little rhythm
shift.
change.
Yeah.
So we'll find the groove again and start posting again.
Yeah.
But we figured we would update everybody so we don't start getting the panicked messages of where's Meg? Where's Ben?
We're all good.
Everything's good. Life is golden.
It is. We're just snuggling.
I think that does it for us, so we will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Sleepy baby.
She's sleepy. Just cheeks though. Love her.